Everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout for the Erica Rose Creates design team. I am using the new pumpkin spice cut file, and you can see apparently I didn't even give you a good heads up as to what I was doing. So I decided to use the middle pumpkins as my base for my photo. So I cut out a 5x5 picture. And then I matted the pumpkins that go around my photo. So this layout did take a lot longer than it's probably going to look like, and that is because I matted all of the photos off camera. So I did want to add a border to my layout, and so I used the pretty floral paper. You will notice that I actually scrapbooked the same photo coming up next week in a layout. That one will probably go in my son's album, and then this one I kind of used more of the florals and kind of more of, I don't know, the prettier papers for my album. So yes, you will see this picture documented again. So bear with me, but they are going to go in different albums. So with this one, I am gutting the middle of this page because I think this floral paper is just beautiful. I did, though, trim my white paper down more so than I usually do. And so I did have to make sure that I didn't gut as much out of the middle of the floral paper. I then kind of matted the white paper as well. I wanted a barrier in between the white and the floral paper. And so I added just, I think it's probably the same orange cardstock that I used to cut out this cut file. I used that for the mat around my layout. So you can see, unfortunately, I did not show you how I matted all of the pumpkins. I could have kind of punched out those orange pumpkins in the middle, but I knew that I was going to pop it up on foam tape, and I wanted kind of a more of a surface area, I guess, to add the foam tape in the middle of the layout as well. So I tried to keep as much of the middle intact when I kind of pulled the cut file off of the mat. So you could see it took me a while. I probably should have cut all of that out too, but it took me a while to pop all of that up on foam tape. But I really wanted to give the layout some dimension, and I thought that would give it kind of a fun way to embellish as well. With it popped up like that, I can tuck kind of embellishments underneath. I can add embellishments on top of it, and I feel like it really gives the layout a lot more dimension. So here is kind of the base of the layout. You can see that, again, I cut the photo out on 5x5, I believe. And I knew that I was going to do this before I cut the cut file. So I made sure while I was kind of in the Cricut app to make sure the middle section was at least 5x5 or close to 5x5, if that makes sense. So that really helped determine the size of the cut file. Now I'm just kind of playing around with all of the pieces. I knew that I wanted to use the doodle pop of the wagon with the pumpkins in it, and so I am going to add that to the bottom left, and then just kind of decided to use a bunch of phrase stickers, kind of more so for my title. There's a bunch of fun ones about the pumpkin patch. We don't we go apple picking, but I don't know that we per se go to a big pumpkin patch. This farm has a bunch of pumpkins already picked. And so I just took some photos while he was kind of picking his pumpkin, and in the layout coming up, you will see more photos from this shoot because, my goodness, this kid was just posing all over the place and just came up with his own poses. So I think I at least include another photo in the next layout. And I do actually use this same collection. So same photos, same collection, but completely different layouts. And I feel like that's the beauty of scrapbooking, is that, you know, everything, even if it's, like I said, the same photo or the same collection, you can just make them look so different. So that's just really, really fun. So I did add kind of a floral cluster to the top, and then added that I love fall. And then I have a black and white twine. And so I did end up adding that to that little tag at the top as well. Kind of trying to figure out more pieces maybe to include there. And so I did find that pink flower that I will kind of tuck in there. And then I wanted another embellishment cluster, not large, because obviously looking at this layout with all of the different patterns, it is very busy. That is one thing when I showed my husband the layout, he was like, that's a busy layout. And I do think it is, but I do feel like the photo is still the focal point of the layout, whether or not it's busy or not. I think maybe matting it with the white and kind of that coral just really makes the picture the focal point. So I think that's really going to kind of finish up the layout. I'm just adding kind of some hearts around each of the clusters, but definitely check out Erica's shop for cut files and kits and page kits, collections, you name it. She probably has it. And while you're shopping, when you check out, don't forget to use the code Melanie for 15% off your order. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.